Can't be. I'm the only one being asked to leave? Don't tell me the captain really did read my mind. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, there are rumors of research on the occult taking place in Nazi Germany during the pre-war days. And doesn't he look well suited to the dark arts? Impossible. Maybe the captain's a wizard. Could that be the reason for this overwhelming sense of dread? You fool! There's no such thing as extrasensory perception. If that were real, then the captain would be a general by now. I can hear faint voices coming through the door. Are they speaking German? Yes, it's the same language Lieutenant Filner was using back at the racing track. That's why I can understand a word she said. Can't follow their conversation, but even I can tell the captain is being as eccentric as usual. Lieutenant Filner sounds rather upbeat, judging from her tone.
いいわね、イルフリーデ。視察研修生とは言っても、VIP の子息なんだから、失礼するんじゃないわよ。
もちろんですわ、注意。最高のおもてなしを心がけます。
実を言えば我が輩、不安のあまり昨べは寝不足なのであるが。
心中お察しします、大尉。ですが彼に対しては、甚だ遺憾ながら、イルフリーデが最適という分析結果が。
メインコンピュータのフルメンテナンスを早急に実行すべきであるな。
I don't think it's the same voice actor, but whoever the voice actor is for the captain as well sounds a lot like Kiri's voice actor from the Yakuza series.
お二人ともご冗談が過ぎますわ。
Judging from their voices, they appear rather worried. While Lieutenant Filner clearly remains cheerful, on the other hand, I have no idea what they're talking about, so there's no point in worrying about it, I hope.
海峡に沿って作られた広大なドーバーコンプレックスには、国連軍旗下の欧州各国軍が防衛担当区画ごとに駐留しています。今日の予定に従い、私たち西ドイツ軍が駐留するドーバー城地下要塞を時間の許す限りご案内しますわ。あなたの同期生たちも今頃各国の駐留基地で見学をしている頃でしょうね。
Yes, probably.
まずは格納庫に参りましょうか。兵士候補生ですものね。
Yes, that's a great idea. Let's do that. I can't quite catch the right time to interrupt her one-sided conversation. Lieutenant Filner doesn't stop talking about the base. Maybe she's trying to keep me from getting bored. However, I can't help thinking about my crime. The longer it takes for the facts to come out, the more unforgivable the authorities will be when the truth finally comes to light. I'm the only one at fault here. Thus, it's my responsibility to prevent Lieutenant Filner from being dragged down with me at all costs. What puzzles me is that the lieutenant has said nothing about our transgression, nothing at all. Should I take her actions as indication she intends to conceal our crime? That she'll act as my willing accomplice? What self-sacrificing dedication! I've heard that the surface pilots of Cerberus Battalion are descendants of German nobility. In other words, she only follows their creed, noblesse oblige. I don't know if that's supposed to be pronounced differently because it's a different language, but I'm gonna say oblige. I'm hesitant to remind someone as chivalrous as the lieutenant of our ill-fated first meeting, but I can't let myself be swayed by her kindness. Oh, your seventh, yep, the seventh eldest brother, goddammit. It's my seventh eldest brother, Masashi Chiro, there we go, is what I'm saying. Do your duty as you see it, and damn the consequences. And duty demands, I confess, as much as I would like to give my into temptation, let my crime be lost to the ages. Yeah, and he's gonna remind us like, oh wait, was that you? Oh, okay. That said, were I to bring up the topic out of nowhere, it would seem as if I'm dismissing your goodwill. It cannot possibly be that rude. Alright, let's steer the conversation in that direction slowly, but naturally. Excuse me, Lieutenant. About earlier. It is to my shame, but I have to admit I was startled. Well, I guess you didn't expect to meet me here either. No, I can't say you look the slightest bit phased, but it's a sensibility. To react to the unexpected in such a swift and remarkable way must have been forged in actual combat.
胆力だなんて大げさですわ。私たちはもうすっかり慣れてしまっていますもの。
We've simply grown accustomed to such things? What is that even supposed to mean? Is it normal for their troops to be reunited with trespassers? Because that would imply Cerberus has some serious issues with security.
でも誤解なさらないで。
Yeah, I figured she was talking about the captain.
大変ご立派な方ですのよ。人としても英士としても心から。
Woman! That's not what I'm talking about at all. Well, the captain sure is a No, sorry. What I mean is that he is delightfully eccentric, but
はい。
I would like to talk about what happened at the track.
まあ、そのことでしたの。嫌ですわ、私。すっかり大のことだとばかり。
Leaving the captain aside, I was quite surprised when I saw you in the briefing room. Who could have imagined we would meet again and so soon?
そうですよね。私もまさかあなたがあそこにいるとは思いませんでしたもの。
About that, I actually want to ask you.
おいイルフリーデ、そいつか？例の研修生ってのは。
Hello? Just who is that rude man? Right after I finally found a way to broach the subject. Well, we could argue it's a blessing in disguise that I haven't had the chance to ask her yet.
何かご用かしら。お急ぎでなければ後にしてくださる？
後にしてくださる？どうしたんだお前。
The way he talks is quite crude. It seems he's bothering Lieutenant Fulner as well. Hold on, what's that on his shoulder? Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the crest of the triple-headed hound? Could this man possibly be a service pilot of the Cerberus Battalion? Oh god. Seems like, what's up with this stick in the mud? Sir, I'm Seijurou Makabe, second-year cadet from the Imperial Royal Guard Surface Pilot Academy. It'll be less than 2 weeks, but I thank you for your hospitality. I am in your debt.
おお、初々しいね。
Tuh.
いいよお前。すんげえいい。
ブラウア少尉、いかに相手が士官候補生とはいえ、その態度は無礼に過ぎますわ。
Brower.
おいおいイルフリーデ、さっきから何の冗談だそりゃ。
まあ怖い、殺人技ですって。
Yeah, like I suspected, she's gonna be a very different person once they start working together.
なんだそりゃ、笑い殺す気かよ。
何をうるさいわね。邪魔しないで。
Eh.
いただけますかしら、ブラウア少尉。
もうやめてくれ。
I love this squad. I love them. Lieutenant Fulner's tone was rather aggressive just now.
私の話はもう結構ですから、まずあなたの比例を何とかなさい。
Perhaps my rudimentary understanding of the English language is at fault, and I simply misheard Lieutenant Fulner. Yes, I'm sure that's exactly what happened. Heavens, I don't know where this vulgar man came from, but the lieutenant cannot possibly be that rude.
来て。ほらほら、お前が面白すぎて候補生君も呆れてるみたいだぜ。
It's you and your rudeness I'm shocked about.
ブラウア少尉、いい加減名乗ったらいかがかしら。
はいはい、ただいま。俺はウォルフガング・ブラウアーだ。
Wolfgang
よ
Brauer.
ろしくな。
Yes, likewise. This man hardly seems like a knight. Not only is he utterly lacking in class, but the way he acts in front of a woman is unpardonable. Frankly, I'm hard-pressed to believe someone like him belongs in the Cerberus Battalion. God damn it! How many fucking brothers do you have? God, Jesus, fuck! But as my 8th eldest brother, Kihachiro, always says, you fight the beta with the armor you have, not the armor you might wish you had. Same logic applies here. His character flaws notwithstanding, I must find a way to get along with Lieutenant Brower. I'm a true samurai. No matter who I am talking to, I must show them proper respect, regardless of how they behave. I must show him how the men of the Makabe family carry themselves.
おい、こいつ固まってるみたいだけど、大丈夫か？
原因はあなたに決まっていますわ。
I'm sorry, I'm perfectly fine.
ではブラウア少尉、私たちは先を急ぎますのでごきげんよう。
おい候補生、今のうちに頼んでおくぜ。こいつの印象だけで俺らのイメージを固めないでくれよ。
Could you please elaborate, Lieutenant?
言葉通りのいいんだよ。
No need.
じゃあな、イルフリーデのおもり頼んだぜ。
One moment, Lieutenant Brower. There's something I need to ask you.
なんだ？
T
言ってみな。
If I understand this correctly, you're telling me not to judge Cerberus based on the impression I got from Lieutenant Faulkner, correct?
ああ、そうだよ。それがなんだ？
With all due respect, if there's one person I should not use as a standard for comparison, it's the Lieutenant himself.
おお、かっこいいなお前。
I got herself
イ
a
ルフ
white
リー
knight.
デのナイトってやつか？
Oh god, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the real Ilfriede. I appreciate the compliment, but rather than a knight, I consider myself a samurai. Yeah, he doesn't even recognize the insult. Of course not. He wouldn't understand English slang like that. He's like, oh, well, thank you. He's like, we got a regular white knight over here. Oh, thank you. No. I prefer a samurai, alright? I studied the blade. This shit's fucking killing me. I love it.
それって侍ってやつだろ？
Captain Save-A-Ho!
日本じゃ侍だから台湾のものを守るってスタイルなんだ。
This story's fucking great. Let's go. Gender is of no importance, both as a cadet of the Imperial Royal Guard and as someone who carries the blood of the Makabe military lineage. I cannot condone discourteous behavior, even if it comes from a superior officer.
へえ。
Yeah, he's like, yeah, good for you, dude. Do you mock the Royal Guard and House Makabe?
俺は武士も侍もバカにする気はねえよ。そんなに怖い顔すんなって、小僧。
Kiddo? It is truly vexing to be called a kid by a man of your caliber.
およしなさい真壁候補生。相手は仮にも上官ですよ。勝利ももういいでしょう。
Yes, ma'am. My apologies.
いやいや、この小僧は俺が出した指示の確認をしてるだけだぜ。何の問題もないだろ。
Again, he calls me by that stupid nickname. Not only that, but he dares pretend everything is fine. The hypocrite.
なあ小僧、一つ聞いていいか？
What is it?
侍ってのは生まれつきなれるもんなのか？
Huh? Of course it's not that simple. Pathetic. Does not understand something so elemental despite being a knight himself. His ignorance is appalling, but duty compels me to teach him. A samurai is not something you become, but rather something you strive to be. It is not merely a title, it is a way of life, one that demands you continue to temper your heart and soul with the utmost discipline for as long as you live.
そうかい。なら安心したぜ。真壁とかいう仮名があれば、自動的に侍だって。
Oh, I love it. Oh.
犬でもなれるもんな。
What? This is an outrage! Huh? Lieutenant, you're way too close. Why are you grasping my hand?
さあ、おバカさんは放っておいて、私たちはもう行きましょうね。
小僧、また遊ぼうな。
Let's take out some time. Over my dead body. I'm loving this so much. This man's such a fucking virgin that he's out of breath from holding hands.
ごめんなさいね。不愉快な思いをさせてしまって。そんなに息を切らせて。大丈夫ですか？
Yes. No. I mean, yes. Too close, Lieutenant. You're too close. She's still holding my hand. Emergency withdrawal. This man fucking backflips out of there. That was dangerous. I almost went to the other side even before I actually stood on the battlefield.
そのような状態でいきなり飛び跳ねたりして。大丈夫？
This is bad. My heart won't hold out if she continues to harass me like that. Lieutenant, I'm not quite sure how to say this, but I really need to use the restroom. By pretending that I want to go to the laboratory, acting as if I'm responding to the natural interval of my bowel movements, I can earn some time to suppress these incipient palpitations. He's gonna rub one out.
気が回らずごめんなさい。一番近いのはその突き当たりを右に行ったところ。
Understood. I'll be quick.
お待ちなさい。
Huh?
ここは最前線とはいえ、あらゆる施設に男女の区分がありますから気をつけて。 上向きのアローをサークルで囲んでいるものが男性用、クロスをサークルで囲んだものが女性用ですわ。
The standard male and female symbols are in use across the United Nations? Good. There's no way I'll make a mistake. I appreciate the warning. I'll be right back. He's gonna fuck up somehow. Using my right hand, I dispose the toilet paper by throwing it right into the bowl. With my left, I turn the flush handle, and the water starts to flow. Why are you telling me this? Due to the stress from my long journey, my stomach isn't in the best condition. I end up having to flush several times. Although I was trying to buy as much time as possible, it's not quite what I had in mind. As turns out, I really did have an upset stomach. Nevertheless, the end result is that I don't have to lie, just according to plan. What a fucking nerd. I think it's about time I head back. My palpitations have subsided, and I can't have the dear lieutenant wait for me any longer. This time I have a plan. I will be upfront with her. Consciousness is a must. I can't let our conversation get derailed by another misunderstanding. Further interruptions will not be tolerated. And now we find out he's in the women's bathroom. No? Huh! I can't handle this shit, my guy. I use my momentum to dart forth and jump. I land, kneeling on the ground in front of Lieutenant Fulner. Now, Seijurou, while she is dumbfounded. My deepest apologies, Lieutenant. My thoughtless actions have forced you to stain your hands, to violate military regulations. She feigns ignorance until the very end. This must be the spirit of chivalry at work. Yes, ma'am. I'll accept your kind offer. Booba. Of course, I shouldn't have assumed you're familiar with my perspective of the events. I met you by chance when I accidentally wandered into a restricted area, but when we met again, you acted like nothing happened. That's what made me realize you're willing to cover... Excuse me. You're willingly covering my crime, despite knowing you're also violating military regulations by keeping silent. I, Seijurou Makabe, am willing to atone for... Excuse me 1 second. Where was I? I, Seijurou Makabe, am willing to atone for my sins by surrendering myself to the military police. However, I have chosen not to do so for the time being, because I don't want the kind lieutenant to be involved in the fallout. I implore you, please do not mention that you met me at the track. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I know that little stunt was awfully rude of me, but I did so to prevent you from derailing the conversation. To cling to your goodwill any further would be a sin. Honor compels me to face my punishment. As a member of the Royal Guard and as a Makabe, let justice be done through the heavens, though the heavens fall. It's like, God damn it, you fucking nerd. God, I want her to snap on him. I can't wait. For her to be like, trying to be patient, like, no, it's alright, no, it's alright, no, it's alright. Listen, you fucking shithead, it's okay. But let me promise you this, Lieutenant. No harm will come your way. Indeed, no words would suffice to describe my wickedness were I to forsake such a gallant soul as yourself. Thus I swear to you on my life and on the name... Okay.
確かにこの西ドイツ軍エリア一帯は部外者立ち入り禁止だけど、あなたは我が隊の研修生なんだから、到着した時点で関係者なのよ。
Okay.
だから安心して。聖十郎も私も軍機は何一つ犯してない。ね。
Yes. But Lieutenant, you said there was a restricted area.
確かにトレイルランコースは立ち入り禁止だけど、それは騎馬修練所の保安基準だから。迷い込んだ人を裁くような法的強制力はないの。
Then, why did you leave before we could introduce ourselves?
ごめんなさいね。あなたをちょっと脅かそうと思って。ほら、秘密を共有すれば親しくなりやすいって言うでしょ。
To surprise me. Does that mean you already knew who I am?
事前にもらった資料で写真を見ていたから。でも、 聖十郎があんなところにいるとは思わなかったから驚いたのは本当なのよ。
I never expected you to show up there, of all places. That means she came up with the idea of surprising me only mere moments after we met, and she executed it flawlessly too, with no hesitation whatsoever. Yet in spite of her cunning, she's not even showing an ounce of malice. Wait a minute, the lieutenant never said we don't need to exchange names. She said we don't need to exchange them at this time. And yet, I don't get the Machiavellian mastermind vibe from her, not in the least. Though she was being misleading, I'm sure it wasn't on purpose. Rather, she must be a natural airhead, or maybe it would be better to call Lieutenant Fulner an ingenue. I don't know. A free spirit who acts guided by her whims and flights of fancy. Assuming I'm right, predicting her next move is going to be a formidable task. I'm not confident I'll be able to follow her thought process. For some reason, I cannot help but feel vaguely uneasy at the thought of her being responsible for my care while I'm here. Hopefully I'm just being paranoid. My alarm bells are going off, Lieutenant. Also, is it my imagination or has her manner of speech gotten kind of familiar? Pardon me, Lieutenant. Yep. No, keep that in mind then. Lieutenant, are you usually this casual? Dude.
でも、ビルフリート様やジークリンデ様にはしたない振る舞いはお見せしたくないから仕方ないわ。
You don't say. Yep.
何かご用かしら？おい。
Yeah, that's gonna shit. I knew it.
ブラウア少尉、いかに。私の話はもう結構。ほらほら。
おい、こうぜ。
I hate to admit it, but Lieutenant Brower's warning was completely justified. Speaking of which, when I left the briefing room, I remember thinking First Lieutenant Vosternach and Captain Rallerstein seemed rather concerned while talking to her. Surely it was because they knew of her true nature. Tragedy strikes. My image of Lieutenant Fulner burst into pieces. Her ditzy real self has broken my heart. God damn it, the 9th? Sir, I'm a little over an hour into this. How many brothers do you have? We've gone through 9 brothers in an hour. Sir, this is getting ridiculous. You have to take the bad with the good. Like lightning, the teachings of my 9th eldest brother, Saijurou, flashed through my mind. Light cannot exist without darkness. To pretend a man lacks either one or the other only goes to show how much I have yet to learn about the ways of the world. Lieutenant, there's no need to grab my arm. My arm is touching your breasts, requesting immediate memory withdrawal. No!